see the oil pressure gauge, it's reading 0. Give it a little bit of throttle and it comes up. Let it idle and it drops back down. These oil pressure gauges, the sending unit, once it sees less than 7 psi of pressure, it'll drop down. Obviously it has to have base oil pressure some, otherwise these engines wouldn't run because the injectors run off oil pressure. So we know it does have some oil pressure, but it is dropping low. Again, we see a lot of them because of the oil filters, but being an 03 and 04, it can also be a leak. So we want to make sure we check it out properly. I just want to try to show you one that you don't want to overlook because it may be as simple as the oil filter. So we'll go ahead and check that out and go from there. Okay, here I have the 2 oil filters and the 2 caps side by side so you can do a comparison. As you can see with the smaller stock oil filter and the smaller cap, how it works. Whether you look at this as depth or length, it works out here when the cap's on it. It fits all the way down inside the oil filter housing. And I'll show you here in a second, there's an anti-drain back valve that it presses on. But what we'll get sometimes is people go out, they'll buy a stock oil filter this size and then use the large cap, and it doesn't push down on the oil filter enough to compress the anti-drain back valve, and we'll get oil flowing straight through. It's actually not even being filtered, and without the anti-drain back valve depressed, it will also cause a low oil pressure because it's just passing right through, right back down into the crankcase. So if you have the larger cap here, make sure you have the longer oil filter with it. You can see the difference. And the only exception to whenever I see the oil light come on at an idle is sometimes on 03 and 04, you have your high pressure pump. There's a ball bearing here in the side. There's supposed to be a ball bearing right here. And if it comes out, it's actually, a lot of the oil will flow through out of here and cause a low oil pressure. And it's the same thing, just at idle you see it. You see the low oil pressure light. And that's only on the 03, early 04 models. Okay, here I have the oil filters out. This is the anti-drain back valve I'm talking about. This is down inside your oil filter housing here. This is the standpipe that it goes on. And when you have the filter all the way down, it'll push down here, and that's what keeps your oil filter housing full. So obviously it's important that you have the right size oil filter. Otherwise, like if you have the big cap and a short filter, you only end up with it being up here around this area. And another thing I'd like to show is a little difference here between these. This is the genuine. You can see it has the another type of a defense here to help seal against the bottom. They both have like a wiper to seal around the base here, but when you get the genuine ones, it does have the wiper inside, but it also has this type of felt here to help seal and collect stuff. So anyhow, when you have the right size cap on and the right size filter, it'll go all the way down, it'll seat, and then push down and hold it in there. So you can see here what it's like, how it's supposed to be with everything being right. So hopefully that helps it to make a little more sense so you can see a visual there on it. Thank you.